Hey guys, this is Drew Plays Bass with SoccerReviews.com, bringing you a comparison video today between the Mercurial Vapor VIII and the Mercurial Vapor IX that just recently got launched by Nike. Wanted to do a comparison video between these two boots, but before I do, I just want to say that both of these boots are fantastic, and if you're thinking about purchasing a pair, you should definitely take advantage of it. You can find the Vapor VIII, now that the IX's out, for really good prices. It's one of my favorite speed boots that's out there, and if you get a chance to snag a Vapor IX, I can tell you that it is an improvement over the Vapor VIII. I actually like it more. So great boots, and let's get into the comparing. Everybody that knows anything about the CR7 Vapor VIII knows that it came in that faux leather finish. It is the Tahitian synthetic, but it's got this kind of grainy finish to it. Gives it a leather-like feel. Has this little strip that goes around the toe, all the way around the toe box, that was supposed to provide extra durability. I didn't have any durability issues with the last few incarnations of the Vapor from the Seaweed on, but I did have some with the launch colorway. I had the Sail launch colorway, and I had some ripping right in this region here. So it is nice to see that Nike kind of made some improvements on the fly. As you can see on the bottom here, you got one layer of glass fiber and then two layers of glass fiber. You had this colored plastic, which anybody that's done any research in plastics knows that a clear plastic and a colored plastic, you're going to get a little bit firmer, a little bit stronger material from a colored plastic. When we get to the Vapor IX, I'll talk a little more about that. But you had the colored plastic, the pink, that's extremely bright on the field. Definitely not shy if you're wearing these boots. You had ACC, which was introduced last year on the Maestri, was on the last few editions of the Vapor. It made sure that water kind of beat it up. It's almost like if you've ever had Rain-X on your car, it was supposed to kind of do the same thing. Keep it from soaking in the upper, allow you to have the same kind of grip in all conditions. You have kind of this 80s movie fade on the colors, and which I actually really like. I realize I may be a sucker for that, but I actually really liked it. And on the insole, I'll keep it out so we can compare it to the other two, but perforated, and for the CR7 launch, of course, this was the fourth one to come out. Cristiano Ronaldo, hopefully it'll focus in on that. Anyway, that was the insole for that one. Had kind of a perforated side of the tongue, and the tongue was just a really thin layer of synthetic, pretty much just to keep the laces from ripping into your foot. Narrow boot, you can tell that if you ever have held one in your hands. It's an extremely narrow boot. I actually want to do a post one of these days. A lot of people that think they have wide feet are a lot like me. I have, despite being relatively fit for my size, I do have a fat foot, which makes it very difficult to wear narrow releases like this. I have a little bit longer break-in period, but I do not have a wide foot. And I think a lot of people that think they have a wide foot actually might end up having just a foot that's a little bit bigger across the top, and that does make it a little harder to wear. This is not a boot that's going to be perfect for a bigger foot or a wide foot, but you can wear them. Don't let anybody scare you off. Just make sure you try it on in a store, or if you do order them offline or online, then be prepared for a break-in period, because it's going to take a little while. But anyway, that's the Vapor VIII. With the Vapor IX, you got this golf ball upper that everybody went nuts over, like that. It feels really neat in your hands. It's one of those things that as soon as you get it out of the box, you're holding it in your hands for a while just to feel it. They changed it, made this huge Nike logo right there. A lot of people weren't a big fan of that. I love it. I think it's great. You got this bright swoosh here, which I will go ahead and let you know I am having some cracking in it. That's really the only durability issue with either boot, is that I am having some cracking in the swoosh, and that's not really a durability thing, more a cosmetic thing, but just so you guys are fully informed. We like to make sure you guys know everything about the boot before you spend money on it. And that's pretty much the upper. It changed to that golf ball. Still has the ACC, which, as I said, kind of acts like Rain-X. Keeps the water from just sitting on top of the boot, makes it beat up and kind of roll off to keep it from affecting your touch. The sole plate, I'll hold the Vapor VIII next to it. You can see they went for a double layer of glass fiber throughout on this. We talked in a podcast recently about how we were seeing some carbon fiber sole plates show up, but it is glass fiber throughout, double layers on the Vapor IX. Gives it a little bit more firm, a little more responsive in the top, all the way through. Also, this colored plastic is black colored plastic. A lot of people were having issues about studs popping off, wearing down. This black colored plastic, although all it is just a different color, it makes the plastic a lot stronger. It makes it where most of these are going to last a lot longer than what you would have seen on a Vapor VIII, just from them changing the plastic to a colored plastic from that clear plastic that was on most of the Vapor VIIIs. The Vapor IX does fit a little bit narrower in the midfoot than the Vapor VIII, but you will find after you break it in that this actually provides a better fit. I love the way the Vapor IX fits. It's narrow, and the profile is so narrow that if you're the type of person that loves striking a ball with the outside of your foot, you can really do that effectively with such a narrow boot. I know that there have been wider boots in the past, like a Power Cat and a T90, well, not a T90, but a Predator, where you almost have to relearn striking with the outside of your foot, for me, because it's a flatter toe box, a little bit wider boot. But with these, it's so narrow that you can really get your foot bent the way you want to strike with the outside of your foot. Quality releases, both by Nike. With the CR7 ones and all the Vapor VIIIs, you got a boot bag. With these, you still get the boot bag, and also the silver launch that's out there right now, you actually get an extra pair of black laces with that one. It's still got the leather-like finish like what we saw on this, and it only has the one layer of glass fiber. We haven't had the opportunity to test that one out yet, and if there's any real differences between that and the Vapor IX or the Vapor VIII, we'll definitely do another comparison video to let you guys know. Let me grab the insole out of the Vapor IX, and we'll look at it in comparison to the Vapor VIII. I always hate that Nike have some of the coolest insoles because they always end up fading. If you've ever had a Tiempo, it has a really cool little symbol on the insole. I realize I'm talking about a boot that we're not talking about, but it's my video, I get to rant. But anyway, it rubs off after a while, and that kind of is starting to happen here. But as you can see, pretty much the same thing all the way around, almost identical. Says Mercurial right there. Let me flip it over. Mercurial gives away my shoe size, 11. But they're basically identical. And yeah, that's pretty much most of the differences. Nike had a great thing going with the Vapor VIII. Really changed everything. Some people hated it, but then they tried it and loved it. And I can honestly say that with the Vapor IX, they've improved on a really winning formula. Love this boot, would recommend it highly to anybody, and the Vapor VIII I would recommend to anybody, especially now that you can find some for really cheap in comparison to what they were going for originally. But that's most of the differences between the two. The one thing that I will say about them is that they are flashy. Even though it says it's called Fireberry, that's going to be pink. People are going to see it as pink. And make sure you are prepared for that when you get it. The other thing about the upper on the Vapor IX, even though it's completely different from the leather-like finish, there is this tackiness towards the front that fades as you get to the back. Kind of a grippy feeling up here that fades once you get towards the back. And that's kind of nice. Helps with your touch on the ball. Helps make sure the ball stays attached when you're trying to dribble. But it is a little bit different, something that we want to keep you guys informed on, let you guys know everything before you purchase it. The tongue's pretty much the same, just with the golf ball kind of texture to it. It's got that perforation on the outside, still really thin. And the inside of the boot is relatively the same. You know, there may be something that's a little different, but it feels the same. Synthetic liner in the heel, high quality synthetic liner. Honestly, for speed boots, I normally am very careful, but I wore these day one and they felt great. I don't know if I've had that happen with any other speed boot, but these felt great right away. Didn't have any blisters, so really enjoyed them. And anyway, that's the Vapor VIII and Vapor IX. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, leave a dislike. Either way, it's feedback. Lets us know what we're doing, if we need to do it better. And subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get more active on YouTube, trying to expand kind of what we do. If you don't know what we do, our website, soccerreviews.com, that you need to check out. We do a lot of posts on equipment, and we do posts on stuff that's going on in the soccer world right now. And we'd really love for you to hop over there and check out some of the stuff we've got going on. Anyway, I hope that this hasn't been the most boring 11 minutes or so of your life, and that you're willing to watch another one of these sooner or later. Anyway, once again, Drew Plays Bass from soccerreviews.com, and thanks for watching.